Hi everyone, this is Star with Ariana Stock. This is another pick a card reading. In today's reading, we will cover the topic messages that you are meant to see. Perhaps you are being guided to watch this video to understand some messages that the universe is conveying to you at this point of time. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you stumble upon it, have a look at it because the messages are just for you. Like always, we have two piles here. This is pile A, which is a butterfly, and this is pile B, which is a guitar. Viewers, you can also pause the video and decide intuitively which pile you're being drawn to. Those of you who picked pile A, which is the butterfly, certainly you're coming across as someone who's very beautiful. You are light and airy, maybe like an ethereal being. I think you're also somebody who's going through spiritual growth and transformation because the butterfly talks about changes in our life. You should embrace this change because these are positive changes that the universe wants in your life. Incidentally, the first card in your reading is the Hierophant, which talks about spiritual growth. Certainly, spiritual growth is on the horizon for pile A. Maybe you're also somebody who's getting those messages from the universe in the form of dreams or visions. I think you should follow your intuition, which is spot on. Maybe some of you could also be going through the trance-like stage. So you will understand that the problems that you're encountering in this life are all basically spiritual problems, or you need to look for spiritual remedies for those problems, for closure of sorts. I think pile A, this is also the time to promote your talents. Maybe family members could suggest a work idea which was always there at the back of your mind, but you did not pay any heed to it. Ideally, I think you should follow your hunches because you already know intuitively what you need to do. I think you should also seek favors from people who are in a position to help you, as you will definitely be obliged. However, there will also be those days when you will be coming across as a very temperamental being. Maybe you are in a foul mood. This could also come about because you're sleep deprived or maybe because of the pressure of work. Perhaps you should find time to cover up on your sleep. I think this butterfly also talks about an energy shift. So this energy shift could irritate you, but then this is also necessary. Be a change in your living condition or living quarters, or there could be some home improvements. That is why this is also creating some kind of disturbance in your life. I think for some of you, finances could also be an issue here. Maybe you should sort out the issues because this could hamper your relationship. Even your relationship with your mother could be a cause for concern. In case yours is a romantic connection, I think you may be discussing marriage because the Hierophant talks about marriage. Somebody could also talk about your secret romance with family elders, so this could disturb you a bit. Maybe that is why you have revenge on your mind. Incidentally, the next card in this reading is the Two of Wands. Like I said, divine help is at hand, so this is also the time when you will get solution for problems that are there. Basically, you will need to be patient and you'll have to deal with these momentary tensions because later you will be relaxed and happy. In fact, you may feel that you were getting worked up for nothing. Sometimes, pile A, you could also come across as someone who is quite detached and aloof. I think people will notice that you have a no-nonsense attitude, that ice-cool demeanor is something which you are going to exhibit, but this is also going to help you achieve your ends. The next card in this reading is Rainbow, which talks about renewal. It talks about a new beginning as well. So definitely something new is coming up for you, pile A. If you're going through a crisis of sorts, then this is a very reassuring card. Basically, you are looking upon the heavens for guidance. I think you are looking for the rainbow in every storm. Maybe there have been interruptions or roadblocks in your life, but then this rainbow is also a symbol of hope. I think spiritual growth, like I said, is there for you. If you look closely, a rainbow appears to create a sky bridge that connects one side of the earth to another side, though we don't have that in this picture. But definitely it's a sign of spiritual development. It's a blessing from the angels or from your spirit guides or from the angelic realm. It's definitely a harbinger of hope and it's a blessing. Archangel Michael is the angel you're working closely with. He's definitely protecting and guiding you through every situation that you're encountering. I think you need to be patient. Maybe whatever decision you're making with respect to your career or a relationship, you needn't agonize over it because Archangel Michael is there by your side. But by the way, we do have deception in your reading. So maybe somebody is wearing a mask or somebody is not being clean hearted. I think you could also be somebody who's being deceived or somebody is taking you for a ride. So these issues are something which you should keep your eyes and ears open for. If you mistrust someone, there could be a good reason why your soul is telling you that. So listen to this intuitive guidance that you are getting. Many of you may also want to reconnect with a person whom you have feelings for. I think it's not the time. Maybe you should step back. Sometimes could also be reminded of your past lovers. Incidentally, Pile, you're also somebody who's going to get a lot of attention from the opposite sex. Maybe you're also a heartbreaker. The next card in this reading is the 8th house, which talks about something which is secret and mystical. Maybe your concern could also be around the health of a loved one or your own health. Death and longevity could be discussed here. I think you should also guard against accidents because you're quite accident prone. Nevertheless, this is a house of transformation and this is necessary for healing to take place. In case you're romantically involved, Pile, I think this is a very deep soul connection with this person. I think there's also physical chemistry in this relationship which could transform you. You did pick up this butterfly right here. So this is why I think transformation is on the cards for you. Pile, you should also watch out for betrayal because you need to forgive rather than be revengeful if a relationship ends bitterly. This is indeed interesting because we do have the 8th house next to deception card, and the 8th house talks about secrets. Like I said, it talks about secrets for things which are hidden from you. Perhaps some of you could be connecting with your family history or you're reliving some karmic destiny because Hierophant also came up in your reading, which was the first card in this pile. Certainly you want closure with respect to a past life issue here. Many of you may also be meeting up with lawyers, counselors or healers or social workers. The next card in this reading is parental care. I think Pile, you have to look into the needs of your parents or family elders. Maybe you have to be a caregiver at this time. You have to comfort them rather than neglect them. Like I said in this reading, maybe you're consulting healthcare professionals. It's quite possible that these responsibilities could weigh you down, but you should realize that you have to take the lead, you have to take the initiative, and you have to be there for them. For some of you, it could also imply healing your relationship with your parents in case there have been some unresolved issues here. Maybe you need to mend bridges with your mother especially. From Lenormand, we do have the card Bear. It talks about material abundance or prosperity, which is there for you, Pile A. I think you're being called upon to maximize your resources. Maybe, like the bear, you're also going to hoard things which are of material value to you. Because the bear also hibernates, so before it does that, it keeps a stock of food. I think you should also nourish your soul as well. Maybe it's also time to contemplate. Perhaps there's food for thought here. For some of you, it could also be that you need to focus on your food habits. Diet and nutrition could be something which you should look into. The last card in this reading is savoring pleasure. I fully embrace bliss in my life. I think Pile, you're being called upon to loosen up a bit. Maybe you should fill your life with those kinds of people or those experiences, or even you should visit those places which give you a lot of joy. You don't always have to be practical, you should go with the flow. Perhaps you should cherish your friendships. Even if you're in a romantic connection as well, I think you should be more flirtatious. You should go out for dinner dates rather than be too serious. Basically, you're being called upon to have a fun-filled life. I hope, Pile, you liked your reading. This is Star with Ariana Stark. Please give us your feedback in the comment section. Those of you who pick Palbi, which is the guitar, certainly you're somebody who enjoys music. I think you are somebody who could be musically inclined as well. Perhaps it's also time to pick up a musical instrument. Incidentally, music is something which is also healing your soul. So maybe soulful music is something which you need to get over those worries and cares. You're also somebody who wants harmony in your life. You should fill your life with music. I'll keep this aside for now. I'll be the first card in your reading is the Two of Cups. This is certainly talking about overall contentment for you. I think you are going to be somebody who is going to be socializing a bit. You will be having those reunions. There'll be some cause for celebration in your life. Maybe there are also unexpected surprises in store for you. Even on the work front, you can make those gains. Maybe while dealing with clients, you should also ask for more. Nevertheless, you're also somebody who's being called upon to be on your toes. Maybe you will also be quite perturbed because you think that a particular person is creating mischief in your life. Definitely there'll be those disagreements, so you should avoid anger. All in all, it's going to be a time which is going to be quite productive. Even though you're going to be stressed out, appreciation is also there for you. Maybe you have a very professional attitude, so this is going to be observed by people around you. Your colleagues will notice that. The next card in this reading is Hummingbird, which talks about sweetness. I think you should taste or savor the sweetness that is coming into your life. You're going to be amply rewarded. You're going to be appreciated, so you should enjoy these fruits of labor. The hummingbird is also quite small in size, but it is capable of great feats. Likewise, you're also somebody who's capable of moving mountains. You're quite adaptable and resilient as a personality. I think sometimes you should also be more in the moment because you do have a tendency to look far beyond. Definitely you're somebody who is quite resolved and determined, but you're also being asked to be more playful and optimistic about your life. The element of fun should be there. For a healthy lifestyle, Palbi, you're also being asked by your angels to incorporate organic food, fresh fruits and vegetables. Maybe some of you could be considering a vegan diet, which is free from chemicals and preservatives. Definitely on account of such organic food, you will be more intuitive or your energy levels will be very high. Maybe you are going to get psychic clarity as well. We do have separation, which talks about letting go of people whom you no longer need in your life, whether it's in your personal life or whether it's in your professional life. This is certainly necessary for your own spiritual growth and development. Maybe some of you are also going through a heartache of sorts, or you could be in a toxic relationship which you need to do away with. We do have Jupiter, which is the planet which is guiding you at this point in time. You know, Jupiter is a very expansive planet and it is asking you to take that leap of faith, to expand beyond your boundaries or to soar high like the eagle which is drawn here. You may be all alone, but that doesn't mean that you're not being guided. I think this growth is very necessary for you. Jupiter also talks about the ego, so maybe you should keep your ego aside, or you should repair your relationships, or you should avoid arrogance. Jupiter also talks about indulgence in food, so maybe overconsumption of food could lead to you putting on weight. I think you need to watch your weight this time. Maybe that is why you did have vegan and vegetarian in your diet. You should guard against digestion problems as well. Nevertheless, it is also the planet which talks about luck and higher education or travel as well. Maybe you're also teaching, or you're in the teaching profession and you're exploring other avenues. The next card in this reading is Keep the Faith. Palbi, you have to trust the process that is unfolding before you. You know, you have to take that leap of faith. You have to move forward. You have to believe in yourself. Jupiter definitely gives you confidence, but this confidence is not something which is misplaced if you have the right direction or if you have the right goals in mind. Maybe you will also seek guidance from somebody who is older than you who could help you, because Jupiter is also the person who is quite learned. So somebody is quite learned in your life and you're going to look up to that person for guidance. When the student is ready, then the teacher appears. So Jupiter is asking you to look for that teacher, that guru, or that guide that you need. From Lenormand, we do have the card Heart. Definitely, you're somebody who's quite creative and emotional as a being. I think you're somebody who's going to follow your emotions, or you're somebody who wears your heart on your sleeve. Perhaps you should be more kindly disposed towards other people, or you need to be more compassionate towards the needs of others. In case yours is a romantic connection, I think there could be love and passion and romance in this connection, because we did start this reading with the Two of Cups right here. Last card in this reading is Rising Above. Definitely we did have Jupiter in your reading, and we do have Rising Above. You're being called upon to tap into your potential. Maybe sometimes we could let doubt pull us down, or it could derail our plans, but then you should go with the flow of life. The lotus also rises out of the muck. It is unconcerned about the dirt which is there. Likewise, you have to rise. You have to step into your potential. Certainly, Palbi, it is your light which is going to guide those around you. I hope, Palbi, this was music to your ears. Please give us your feedback in the comment section. This is Ariana Stark signing off. Take care. Bye till the next time.